Hey guys, welcome back. For this segment, I went through and I placed a little bit more detail in the back. Got the back doors on. Did a little photo etching. Got the one the service ladder, wall ends and bulkheads put in here, and back here, I got a couple little tubs in. So not that much at the moment, but slowly coming together. Just the side. Also, they had you go through and on the main board all these little holes here. They wanted to drill these all out. So every hole on the main deck had to be drilled out. So I just used my portable Dremel, a small bit, and just drilled out every single hole. So that's one thing you gotta look out for. So I just used a Dremel in the lowest setting, so it drilled through no problem, but it didn't melt. It didn't heat up and melt the plastic, so you gotta look out for that. So I got that done. On the back flight deck, I had to do the same thing. Had to go through, drill out all the holes. Flight deck. So far, just some reinforcement beams here. So, not much there. Working on the rudders. What I like to do is once you got a piece assembled, is highlight it on your paper on the instructions, so it shows that yes, I did that section, and I like to put the piece in there. So that's where that piece is going to be, especially if you got multiple pieces going through. So, and once these are installed, then I'll mark off the installation pictures. So that way, because some of the stuff I'm going to be going back and forth through because I'm going to do painting and stuff. So I go through, install the stuff I need to. I'm going to prime it and paint it and stuff. So that way, so when I come back and go back to that page, and it shows me, oh, I haven't done those yet, so I can install that stuff. So not as far as I've got so far. I'm working on the rudder assembly. I can go ahead and get these set aside. Yeah, that's one thing with this thing. It takes up a lot of room trying to work on it. So it's over. There. So on this, they got this rudder assembly. You can install it, and the rudder can be movable. Because I think eventually there's going to be a motorized kit for it. So if it's not already out, that you can motorize it so you can have remote controlled rudders and stuff, because both rudders are movable. But I am not planning to do that, so I'm just going to go ahead and install these and glue them straight. So I used a couple different glues. One glue is to be extra thin. It goes on and it's very thin. It's not gooey, gloppy and stuff. And the other one, I use either Plastruck here or Mr. Hobby's. Mr. Hobby has a line of paint, so a glue too. So they work basically the same. So it's either one or the other. But for this, I can use the heavier stuff because it's in this little hole. Because this is not really going to be seen that much. And get it in there. Hold it for a few seconds. So I don't want the rudder to move. So what's nice about this glue, what it does, actually melts the plastic. So when both sections are liquefied, mixed together. When they dry, they become hardened. So if you do it right, it becomes. It's like when you need to remove a piece, it's like breaking it, because it's just like it's all become one piece. And the secondary rudder, that glued in. Oops. Yep. Save that. Move that there. Just kind of line it up. So I'm going to put the extra glue right in the joint. Now I make sure these do not move. So got the yeah. I'm installing these because all this is eventually going to be painted red. So all this is red. So I can just got some tape on there. I have to get off. So as long as you keep your parts on here where they're supposed to be, you won't get parts lost or anything. So these are part of the engine. Goes there. That. It doesn't take too long to dry, so pop that. So, like I said, as soon as you get parts installed, you just go back to your sheet and just mark those off. Then you know that you've done that step. You can move on. So next is got the prop shafts. I'm going to do this one first, the back one. So they pop on there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue that on, then insert the prop shaft. I'm not going to leave this in here. I'm going to use this for alignment. All right. Oh, got a little burr on here. So I got it all. And make sure I get the right way. There. And just use the prop shaft just to make sure it's all lined up. And next one. You put a little glue on each part. It'll melt each part, so when you squish them together, they are not releasing. Yep. So now it'll dry. I'll be like, so I got to do the same thing on this side, the opposite side of that. So I'll be right back if I do that. All right. For this one, I'm going to give a quick view. Once you snip them off the tree, you get your sprue. So first, I like to take a file to get off the majority of the sprue, where it's snipped off. Doesn't take much, just enough to Now, on the you got there's a mold line that runs right across there. So I take some sandpaper. I start with a 320. This is nice and light. You might be able to start with a heavy one, but I like this one, and it just this. Doesn't take much. Just go back and forth until you get rid of that mold line. And once you're done with that, then you take a lighter one. I think this one, make sure I get the right. Oh yeah, this is a 3000 grain. So this is what you're just gonna do. Go back over that. What this does, this just smooths it out. So it becomes nice and smooth. Gets rid of all the rough you did with the heavier one. There you go. It just gives a smooth finish. So I guess rid of the mold lines, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's just a quick hint if you want to get the little pesky mold lines and stuff. So I'll be back in a bit. So the power blades on. I'm just going to leave these in here until this fully hardens up so they keep them nice and straight. So on my sheet, I marked off that these were installed, but I left the blades unmarked because I need to paint those and stuff, the bronze and stuff. So any leftover pieces, I can come back and find out where they go and what I need to do to them. So look at this. I got some glue there. What's anything? We do this just to clean it up. Get rid of that. There we go. Yeah. So when the glue dried, I left a little residue there. So use some sandpaper. Clean it up. Yeah. I'm going to have to go over the hull too just a little before I prime it. Just make sure I get the bottom. I'm not worried about because that's not going to be seen, because that's going to be the base. It's going to be mounted on the base, so this part's not going to be seen. It's just for the bow and the aft, the stern here. I'm going to have to make sure the seam's good. Everything else it should be good. So this a fast one for today. So got the prop shafts on and got the top done. The next steps is I'm going to be installing the deck. So I haven't decided if I'm going to put the deck on to do it or paint them then install it. But you just have to wait and find out. So until later, guys, have a good day. Hit that like button. I need to hit that like button if you like this. So all right. See you guys later. Well, okay, everyone. As you can see, I got the lower rails in. Even though most of these are not even going to be seen because the deck goes here and there's doors that go here, it's still good practice to work. So, just to get practice in, doing everything. Yeah, one other thing I use hypodermic needles like this. One because they got such a fine point. You could dip this in the super glue and put this right onto the spot that we need it. So there's no overflow. So you got exactly where you want. So you put a little dab of this, you put the rail down. The other needle, I have quickset in it. So you just, as you're holding it now, you just go over that, you just put a little drop that just goes in there and it hardens right up. So it's a quick way of doing it without making no mess or anything like that. So this step's done. It's just the beginning. So this is, I got page 1 done with these rails. So next episode is going to be page two or 3 or 4. It depends on how far you get on this build. So I said this build just begun. So until later, you guys have a good night. Hit the like button down below, down here. It's somewhere down here. Hit the like button. That really helps out. So okay, guys, have a good night. Hey everyone, Ted. In this update, spent the day putting all the rails in for the aircraft and the boats. I took all day just to get that done. So we got the railings in on the bottom. I got all the supports in on both sides. Here, closer look here. So I got all the other side supports in. Yeah, so that took up today's work. So I just have to fix. I notice you got a couple. You got sheared off here, but I don't think I need to replace those. I can just glue right down to the. But next thing after that is got to take this behemoth outside and prime it. So I'm going to use Vallejo Fine surface primer. So I'm going to give it a full coat of surface primer and do this and the top. Let it dry overnight, and tomorrow I hit it with the basic gray for the bottom. Then work on doing the hull. So trying to get the base painted and stuff, get that all set up, and I can start on the main deck and everything. So I got some ideas. I'm going to do them at the main deck, and you'll see when I start working on it. It's going to be insane. Insanity is going to go away. But that's what I got done today. So I'm going to go out, prime it, get it all set, and we can go from there. So until later.